Hey everybody, wanted to go over the Outliers update to give you kind of a preview of what it's doing and why I put it in here. This is Simple Scatter. It's running inside 3.5, so all of the options are still functioning at 3.5. Nothing's broken. So yeah, let's hurry and jump into it. Previously, we were using USR, Uniform Scale Randomizer, and non-uniform, and we decided to take out the non-uniform because it wasn't as helpful, and we decided to switch it with the Outliers function because we think that's a little bit more helpful. So initially when we had the uniform scale randomizer, you could pick your minimum, and then you could also pick a minimum, and all of them would scale in between. And that was super nice, but the problem that we ran into was that it kind of creates, a homogeneous look. There's nothing really breaking up the scatter effect that we're using, and so it just kind of fills in, and it's not very visually interesting. And that's fine if you're doing something like grass or bushes, but say you want to do trees like this and you want there to be some, for lack of a better term, outliers in that scaling. That's what the outlier system is for. So let's turn off the uniform scale randomizer, and we're going to turn on outliers. This still gives us the option to have a default scale, so we can make all of these half scale, we can make all of them 2 times scale, and then a scale difference percentage. So if we want them to be, they can be 20% bigger or 20% smaller, we can add in that option. We just need to make sure we check this box, which is asking us, do we want those outliers to also be small, or do we only want them to be big? Now right now it's not doing anything because we've established our default scale of how big things can become. You can see it kind of change as we do that, but as of right now we still actually don't have any outliers turned on. So let's find a good happy medium, maybe 25%, enough. Now we're going to tell it that we do want outliers, and it's going to ask us in a form of percentage, how many outliers? Do we want 10% to be outliers? Do we want 20%? Let's do 20, and we can kind of see what we do, or what that does. So let's say we just want to change our height to, that might be a little high, let's say 1.5. There we go, and let's have it grow a little bit on the other axis too, and maybe let's make this 1.6. So now what it's saying is that in the outliers, we have the opportunity to have a tree that is grown at 120% and 165% tall. So you can see it's kind of these outliners on the sides. Maybe let's change the seed so we can maybe move some of these around and get a better look at them. There we go. Let's maybe go a little bit taller on those guys. So now you can see that we're getting some bigger trees to kind of break up this skyline, just to make it a little bit more interesting for us to look at. The scale you can change. If you've got too many, you just want 1%. I don't know if it'll even show the 1%. Maybe this guy right here is a little bit taller. We'll see. But let's say maybe we want half of these to be outliers. Now we can see there's a whole bunch in there that are now being scaled up to that bigger size, and it's gives you a lot more depth to all of these scattered trees or scattered objects. Obviously the X, Y, and the Z scale, it can be anywhere in that range, so you can get some that are, if we look top down, you can get some that grow quite a bit fatter on the X-axis, some that do it on the Y-axis. So you still have control over that. Non-uniform, you can kind of squash and stretch these a little bit, but it gives us a nice breakup of this silhouette for our scene. And that's why I wanted to throw that in there, is because I think that it gives us a much more organic look. Because even though we had the difference in the randomizer, it still kind of came out as a more uniform scattering in scale. So that's what the Outliers update does, to hopefully give us a little bit more of a natural organic feel. So yeah, if you have any questions about it, feel free to send me an email. Stay tuned for more updates, and I hope you guys enjoy it in 3.5. Thanks for watching.